Hello YouTube, this is Ace the Gamer. Let's play Fallout New Vegas, part 11. So, in the last part, we did some trading at the, let's see, the 188 trading post. And within that space, we talked to an ex-NCR person that sells weaponry and, bullets and such in order to help fund average NCR soldiers, kind of on the side as her own little hustle, because as we all know by now, the average NCR soldier isn't the best equipped. They do get their armor, but as far as weapons and such, it's very hard for them to have like a personal full arsenal, like a knife, a gun, like a pistol, but also a rifle. They usually have one or the other, which is kind of sad. But now we're at Camp Golf, and this is an NCR camp, and we're just gonna see what they have going on. Hello. So you know what? I'm gonna wait till morning. We're gonna possibly have to wait a little longer. We'll see. We'll see if the leader of the camp shows up right now. And okay, you know what? We'll wait till 10:40. There he is, Sergeant McCready.
Oh hell, what is it now? I've been here since the first push into Vegas. These days I spend most of my time trying to beat a little discipline into the soldiers.
So, as you just saw, Camp Golf is kind of where they send the soldiers that don't really, how should I say, they're not the best.
Great to see you.
So I think my speech level is high enough. So I'm just gonna give this a chance, cause
I'm assuming you want this.
That's usually the easiest of yeah, you'll see in Fallout New Vegas especially, speech comes in handy. It makes things a lot better.
What you want, Holmes?
So by doing the redhead guy who O'Haran, by doing his thing, it makes this go a lot faster, especially if you have a high enough speech skill, which it looks like 40 or above, or even have some kind of armor that gives you +5, which you might be able to find business wear, which, whether dirty, grimy, or clean, gives you +5 in speech, so you'd only need 35.
What can I do for you?
Oh, forgot we have to go back to the redhead and ask him how his squad's doing now before we could really finish this.
Howdy, great to see you.
There we go. So, as you can see, there's NCR specific quests. This one was very short, but
well, their test scores are only marginal.
okay, and it's important that we do this now on the way to other things, just because although it doesn't really save us time since we have to come back here anyways, I mean, just the fact that we did this, it'll at least make it feel like we saved some time. So that's mainly Camp Golf's quests that I kind of focus on trying to do. But now we're gonna try to go do a few other things now, and I think it'll be over there. So we're gonna kind of go around this way and kind of hope that we get to our next location in one piece, which you may be wondering, Ace, why do you say it that way? Well, remember in a previous part of the playthrough, Fallout New Vegas, I was mentioning how Castadors are very scary. Well, in this particular route, we're gonna have to pass some of them, which is whew, just thinking about it's making some goosebumps on my arms here. But hopefully we can kind of avoid them going this way. If not, ooh, it's gonna be a run for my life kind of scenario. But either way, we're gonna make it to our next destination, which is gonna be another NCR camp. But this particular camp is where we're gonna have a lot more quests given to us, and it's gonna set us up to level up faster. It'll give us the opportunity to help the NCR in a lot more ways, making them much stronger as a force, as a faction in this area. Oh no. Golden geckos. You love to see them because what they give you is actually quite quite a few caps for the things they give you. Not as much as death claws, for example, but their hides and stuff could sell for at least something. And so in the distance over there is, I believe, the destination we're looking for. But yeah, just gonna do our best here to avoid the Castadors. Even with two companions, Castadors are still not easy to deal with, and looks like okay, just some mole rats, which are easier to kill. Oh no, we do not want to face death claws either. We're okay. You know what? I believe we are now forced to deal with the Castadors, because at this point I'd rather deal with Castadors than Deathclaws, because at least with Castadors you'll see probably Boone, because I'm just gonna run for dear life and hope for the best. When it comes to Castadors, as long as you cripple their wings, they can't really hurt you. They can if you you know, don't have a gun. Okay. Blind Deathclaw. Okay. I wish I was a little faster. Okay, oh, unfortunately, it's empty, so, I thought, okay, maybe for my troubles, it would give me a hand or something, and which I believe, even if you have low barter, sells for at least 20 to 30 caps. So my thought process was, hey, at least I'm earning some caps, but as you can see with some enemies that sometimes drop but don't drop things for you to sell or use, it's usually a toss-up whether they will actually drop a little something for you. But we're almost at our destination. And this is, oh no, running for my life, running for my life, hoping Eddie and Boone. Yeah, there we go. Way to go, guys. That's kind of also the cool thing about having companions because, as you may have seen, we got 45 XP for essentially being the bait. Um, huh. That's a Cazador's nest, which is really unsettling. Because we're not. That's not our destination. Let's see. Oh, our destination's around over there, so. I think we took a little bit too much of a long way, so. We're gonna have to fix our course just a tad and hope that since Castors are aiming for me, that they could die by my companions. You saw we were poisoned, so that's what anti-venom's for. But yeah, see, we're already at 97 HP, so. But yeah, look, Castor Egg, which will come in handy, and Poison Gland sells for 85. So, it's definitely, if you are strong enough, you have the two companions that will most likely faint, be knocked out, but, oof, blocking, there we go. And that's the cool thing about companions in these cases, because the enemies are mostly going to try to target you. So as long as you have range on both your companions, you can just kind of be the bait, per se, and just hope you don't die, which gives, that was a mistake on my end. You usually don't have to be afraid of the young Cazadors, as long as you take down the normal Cazadors, because normal Cazadors have much more HP, so they're harder to kill. So, like you saw, I actually used my Blade Gauntlets to block some attacks, which again gave my companions the ability to kill all the Cazadors we killed, which were the two normal and the one young. So, this isn't Bitter Springs, but that was kind of spoiled since I discovered this place first. But yes, Bitter Springs is an NCR place where what you're gonna see coming up about Bitter Springs is just how much they're struggling, to put it lightly. Which is sad, but it is what it is. Post-apocalypse, even faction-related places could be suffering, struggling. Not really a lot of wealth or money. In a way, I like to think that this is just where a lot of refugees go, and even you can see the tents look very poor. It's just really sad. But we're gonna sleep first, as we make our way around camp. It's see the rags on this person. It's a refugee. just really sad to see, even in games like this, just how real things get when you're dealing with refugees. But we're going to talk to the leader of this campground, Captain
Evening.
Gillies.
I've been sending requests for relief for months now. Didn't they?
Yeah, so as you saw, since the flag's upside down, it's a distress signal, which again is just so sad. Now, since we didn't go to the favorite medical area for books, we can't quite finish that particular section of what we have to do for this camp to get it up and running, but also to just help in general. But we're gonna enter these caves, get some supplies at the very least, and maybe by then we'll end the episode there, and then we'll start. Ooh, Night Stalkers. These guys are also very. They can be very scary. And that's the thing about Fallout games. You have a good mixture of both scary and non-scary enemies, and it kind of helps you play through the game and, in a way, choose your own difficulty. So, uh, there we go. I feel a little shame there, breaking a bobby pin on on a very basic lock, but either way, we got through it because when you can collect bobby pins, you just collect them as you can, and so even when situations like that happen, you can still get through it. But yeah, when it comes to Fallout games, you can pick, hard mode, easy, very hard, and normal, of course. But I think what is important to note too is, in a way, you can also increase the difficulty depending on what routes you take and just the type of enemies you want to defeat. But let's see. I could have sworn there is the other cave. Haha, found it. So there's two of these caves and another one that we're actually gonna save for a little later on. But I don't know if you remember the outpost mission that we had to help Ranger Jackson, but um, uh, we've we're no strangers to dealing with ants, worker ants to be specific. Okay, we get it. That's some of the fun yet sometimes not too fun portions of Fallout. Is sometimes it just really slows down and lets you enjoy the combat, seeing everything. But, for us, although it's enjoyable, it does get old after a while, especially concerning the amount of time we're actually putting into each game. So, again, we appreciate the developers for doing it, but again, sometimes it's just like, oh, come on now, like, I get going slow mo, but do we have to really go that slow? So we're gonna actually run back to Captain Gills. I'm just gonna call her Gills. I don't think it's right,
You're
but
back. Any progress on saving? We do have.
so giving her some supplies will help the camp overall. And since our science was high enough, we got to give her two sets of supplies instead of one. So that was kind of like, if you want to think about it, mostly 2/3 of the way done with part one of the mission, but the last part we're again just gonna save for another time, because now, climbing every mountain, that's kind of the second portion of it, but there's just a lot of geckos and stuff, and we're just gonna save that for another time, because the no, not much is much better, because Camp McGarren, Camp Golf, Camp Forlorn Hope, all these places, like similar to Camp Golf that we actually helped, they have their own missions that we can do, and that just makes it just more enjoyable, I think, as both me, the player, and you guys being the viewers of the playthrough, that you just want to do things that are a little bit more fun, and spread things out, some boring things here and there, but
What can I do for you? After what you did getting my...
so because we did the Misfits before going to Bitter Springs, which again was on the way, it was just easy to do that. So now we're gonna actually try to go to Camp McGarren, because it's actually it's not too difficult to get to from here, but they actually have a lot of missions there. But we're getting at a good stopping point, so before we start transitioning over there, we're gonna just exit Camp Golf and call it an end to this episode. But just so you guys can really see the entire process, I'm just gonna keep rolling till we're basically out of the trenches, as a lot of even veterans like to use that term. So, but alright, if you haven't, again, feel free to leave a like, a comment letting me know what you liked, what you didn't like about this episode, and if you haven't, feel free to subscribe. It helps the channel, it gives me a little pep in my step, and most of all, it is free, and you can't argue with free, right? So please continue supporting if you can. If not, that's okay too, and I'll just see you guys next time.